As I'm coming to the end of the drive with this stunning car, let me give you my thoughts. So today is a Saturday morning and I am driving around here in the Beverly Hills Flats trying to experience this Bentley Continental GT Speed, the first edition that Bentley have been kind enough to give me to experience for a few days, and this thing is a beast. My original experience with the Bentley Continental was with the first edition, the very first one that came out, and it was a 6-liter W12 heavy vehicle, extremely bad handling, extremely thirsty. And at that point, when I was probably around 25 or 6, every time I used to go to the gas station or the petrol station, as we call it in London, because that's where I used to live when I had that car, it was a agonizing experience. I would have to fill it up, and bear in mind that gas prices in the UK are about the double of what you guys pay here in Los Angeles. And yeah, it was a traumatic experience. And after 3 months, I had enough. I just put the car for sale and I sold it. I just didn't want to deal with everything that had to do with that car. And there's one thing about vehicles, expensive vehicles especially, there's one thing buying one, and then there's one thing operating and running one. Now, the older Bentley came in a W12, and later on they did bring out a V8. This particular car, which is the 2025 model, has an electric engine and a 4-liter V8. Now, what that means is when you put your foot down, insane things happen, and I'm about to do that. Oh my God. I mean, the acceleration in this thing is a mind-blowing. You better have your focus. And just to let you know, it's a very early morning here in Los Angeles, and I'm driving around on the flats, which are typically pretty quiet at this time of the morning. But the acceleration on this thing is mind-blowing. 3.1 seconds is the official 0 to 60 by Bentley. And when that engine kicks in along with the electrical engine, magic happens. I mean, I'm about to do it again. Oh my God. Wow. All I can tell you is, comparing this with the original Bentley Continental, there was the W12, the speed is not even comparable. I believe the speed on that particular one was, the original Bentley Continental was 0 to 60 in just under 5 seconds. The handling on it was absolutely atrocious. It was like driving around a boat. And what else can I tell you? The interior was amazing. The interior of Bentleys have always been my favorite interiors, but everything else about that car was just painfully bad. It is truly a car that's beyond and above most other cars, and even cars from manufacturers that claim they are high-end. I want to say Rolls-Royce. I absolutely love the Rolls-Royce, but to me, the inside of a Rolls-Royce is a little bit too plain. It has this minimalistic, classy, almost like yacht boat looking style, but the Bentley has a very luxurious yet sporty yet classy yet high-end, very thought through interior. And for me, it just makes me feel absolutely special. And I know so much time and effort has gone into creating a car of this status. So what do you get for $300,000 plus? Maybe the question should be, what do you not get? You get an extremely good engine, a V8 with an electric motor connected to it, which gives you 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds. You have the comfort of driving in a car that has massage seats, and seats that could be in your living room. These could be sofas in your house that you could sit on for hours. You have a sound system that's absolutely amazing. You have technology that's unparalleled to most other cars. You pretty much have everything you want, and the desirability factor of this car, the way it makes you feel, the way you have arrived. The really interesting part about this car is the way it changes from electric mode, EV mode, into gas powered, or petrol as we would say in the UK. And the change in personality of the car, it is absolute Jekyll and Hyde. It goes from being a very civilized vehicle that you could drive day to day into, I'm just going to show you again, put my foot down. I mean, the change in personality with this car from EV into a V8 twin turbo vehicle that goes from 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds is pretty astonishing. So what are my overall thoughts on having driven this car? It is absolutely sublime. Everything about this vehicle, from the acceleration to the comfort to the ride to the prestige to the way it makes you feel, everything about it is pretty much perfect. And the only thing that would really stop you from wanting to buy one of these is the price. The price is up there, almost, for the GT Speed, almost $400,000 depending on what options you have. Is it worth it? I mean, what's your other options? You can get the base model for around the $300,000 a mark, which isn't a bad substitute. You're only getting a slight bit more power with the Speed than you would with the normal one. And I think it's worth every penny. It really is, because the alternative is to drive one of these ultra sports cars like a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, which is noisy, uncomfortable. Yes, it's got a bit more of a race and a driver's appeal for those that are into that, but why would you want to drive a car that's uncomfortable, noisy, when you can have a pure luxury? You can drive a car that gives you everything you want. So typically in most sports cars, the turning circle is pretty bad, but with this, it's not that wide of a road, and I just done a full 360. And now I'm going to take a slightly different perspective and let Esma take the wheel and figure out what this car feels like for a woman to drive rather than a masculine man like myself.
So it's very smooth and it's very flexible, so it's easy to turn, move. It feels light.
That's the amazing thing about this car. This car is actually an extremely, it's an extremely heavy car, but when you drive it, it feels like a very light car. That's what Bentley has managed to do with this car. That's why I'm telling you, it's the best car that I've driven up to this date.
Yeah, it feels like I'm not touching the floor.
Right.
It has that feeling of apesanteur in French. We say it's like when you are floating over the. Even now when we are almost stopped.
Are you floating because of the car or because you're sitting next to me? Maybe a bit of both.
It's very it's very seamless. Yeah.
How's the initial drive?
So far, very smooth.
Very smooth. And remember, it's when it's only the electric engine that comes in at the beginning or kicks in, it's even smoother. It's insanely smooth.
So are you sad to give the car back?
I'm definitely not happy, but it's been a really, really good experience, and I would truly say that it is the best car that I've driven personally from so many different perspectives. It is a machine that these guys have built from so many different aspects. It drives so well. It's so comfortable. It feels very prestigious. I mean, they've nailed it. The way one material finishes and the other one starts, everything about this car is just sublime. The only thing I will say, if I'm being critical, despite the fact that I love this central cabin, I feel that the material on this shouldn't have been this plastic.